A lot of people think spreadsheets are just, well, boring grids of numbers. But what if I told you they're actually treasure maps? Today, we're going to learn how to read them, to find those hidden stories, and turn all that raw data into your own secret weapon.
We've all been there, right? Staring at this massive spreadsheet, just rows and rows of data. You just know the answers you need are in there somewhere, but you have no idea how to get them out. It's like a locked treasure chest. Well, guess what? Today, we're making the key. And these aren't just any old keys. Think of them more like a set of power tools for your data. We're talking about functions that let you slice, dice, and basically ask your data any question you want and get the answer just like that.
So, what are these magic tools? Well, they're a whole family of functions all built around one tiny but incredibly powerful word, if. I like to think of them as a bouncer for your data. You get to set the rules, right? You make the guest list, and only the data that fits your exact criteria gets past the velvet rope.
And this quote from Carly Fiorina really nails it. The goal is to turn data into information and information into insight. That's exactly what we're doing here. We're going on a quick journey from that big, messy pile of numbers to some really clear, actionable insights that can honestly be a total game changer.
Okay, you ready? Let's dive in. We're going to start with the basics, the absolute building blocks. These are the functions you'll use when you just have one single question you need to ask your data. So, let's say you're looking at your weekly sales report. It's a huge list. You don't need all the details right now. You just have one simple question. How many times did we sell gadgets? That's it. Nice and simple. And for that, we have COUNTIF. Its beauty is in its simplicity. You literally just point it at a range of cells, a column of data, and tell it what you're looking for. Super easy. Just a little tip though, if you're looking for text, like the word gadgets, you gotta put it in quotation marks. It's a super common mistake, but an easy one to avoid. Okay, so counting things is useful, for sure. But let's be real, a lot of the time we care about the money, right? So let's level up the question. Instead of just counting, what if we want to know the total sales for a specific region, say the West region? We want to know where the big money is coming from. This is where things get really cool. With SUMIF, you can tell it, hey, look in this column for the word West, and then add up the numbers from this other column next to it. So you're looking in one place and adding up in another. It's kind of like giving your spreadsheet X-ray vision. All right, so we can count things, we can add up money. What's next? Well, what about the average sale? Understanding the typical transaction. Are we selling a whole bunch of cheap widgets or just a few really expensive ones? That tells a completely different story, and that's why averages are so important. And for that, you've got average if. It works just like SUMIF, but, well, it gives you the average instead of the sum. This is huge for understanding the real health of your sales. You can spot trends, see how customers are behaving, and just generally make way smarter decisions. Okay, so everything we've done so far has been based on just one condition. And that's great, it's super useful. But let's be honest, the real world is usually more complicated than that, right? Our questions are more complex. So what happens then? Well, this is where we power up. This is where we go from asking simple questions to asking really complex, layered ones. And the secret is literally just adding the letter S to the end of the functions we just learned. It sounds tiny, but trust me, it changes everything. So you go from SUMIF to SUMIFs. And this isn't just about adding more filters. It's about asking smarter, more detailed questions. It's the difference between seeing what happened and really starting to dig into why it happened. Think about it like this. When you're shopping online, you don't just look for shoes. You filter. You want running shoes in size 10 that are under $100. You're applying multiple conditions. That is exactly what these S functions let us do with our data. So with COUNTIFs, you just keep adding criteria. It's like you're just layering on the rules. You just say, okay, find the rows where the region is north and the product is gadgets. You just keep stacking those conditions until you've pinpointed exactly what you're looking for. SUMIFs is the same idea. You define what column you want to add up, and then you just start piling on the conditions. You can mix and match criteria from all over your spreadsheet to get these incredibly specific answers. It's so flexible. And of course, there's average ifs, which completes the set. So now you can count, sum, and average your data based on multiple criteria. You have this incredible precision. This is really when you stop just looking at data and start investigating it, like a detective. Okay, so you've got the tools. Now let's talk about a couple of pro tips, a couple of little tricks that are going to make your life so much easier and prevent some really common headaches. Pro tip number 1, when you're using these S functions like average ifs, make sure all the columns you're referencing are the same size. If one's 100 rows long and another is 101, it's just not going to work. It'll throw an error. And tip number 2, get friendly with wildcard characters, especially the asterisk. It lets you find partial matches, so if you're not sure of the full name, you can just search for something like GAD with an asterisk, and it'll find everything that starts with GAD. It's a lifesaver. And that's really it. You now have the keys to the kingdom. You can make your data talk, you can ask it almost any question you can think of. So the next time you open up a spreadsheet, don't just stare at it. Start asking it questions. The answers you're looking for, they're right there, just waiting for you to unlock them.